"Excuse me, waiter. Why is he sitting here?" "This is the VIP section. Get him out now." The restaurant went silent. Every head turned. A wealthy-looking couple stood glaring at a tall black man sitting quietly in an expensive booth, right under a golden chandelier. He wasn't loud. He wasn't dressed to show off, but something about his calm smile made everyone curious. The waiter froze, unsure what to do. That's when the man finally looked up and said in the calmest voice imaginable, "Go ahead. Sit down if you'd like." No one understood why he said that, but within minutes, the entire restaurant would find out exactly who he was. It was a Friday night at Le Chateau Noir, Manhattan's most elite fine dining restaurant, the kind of place where dinner costs more than some people's monthly salary. Celebrities, politicians, tech CEOs, this was their playground, and that evening, the air was filled with perfume, whispers, and arrogance. Into that glittering chaos walked Elijah Carter, a quiet, well-dressed man in his late 30s. No security guards. No fancy car parked out front, just him, his confidence, and his calm presence. He built his fortune in silence. A tech billionaire, self-made, a man who started with nothing, and now quietly owned 5 restaurants across the city, including this one. But that night, he just wanted a quiet meal. Just as Elijah sat down, a couple stormed through the door. A tall man in a white blazer and gold watch, his wife, dripping in diamonds, holding a designer purse that cost more than most cars. The hostess smiled nervously. "Good evening. Do you have a reservation?" The woman rolled her eyes. "We don't need one. Everyone knows who we are." They looked around and spotted Elijah's booth, the one reserved for VIPs, and the owner himself. The woman pointed and snapped her fingers. "We'll take that table." The hostess hesitated. "I'm sorry, ma'am, but that table's already taken." The woman turned sharply. "By who?" When the hostess quietly said, "That gentleman over there," the woman laughed. "That man? Oh, please, he doesn't look like he belongs here. Get him another seat." The room went quiet. The couple marched over. The man slammed his hand on the table. "Buddy, this is a VIP section. You're sitting in our spot." Elijah didn't move. He didn't even blink. He just smiled faintly. "Your spot?" he asked. The woman crossed her arms. "Yes, we always sit here when we come." "Now move along." The waiter tried to step in, whispering, "Sir, maybe we can seat you elsewhere." But Elijah raised a hand gently. "It's fine. Let them sit." The couple grinned, thinking they'd won. The woman muttered just loud enough for everyone to hear, "Some people just don't know their place." But what she didn't realize was she had just insulted the man who literally owned the building she was standing in. As the couple settled in, Elijah made a short phone call. "Hey, bring the manager to the front." "Tell him Elijah's here." The waiter froze. "The manager? Elijah?" The couple were laughing now, sipping wine, showing off. "Finally," the man said. "Service fit for people like us." Elijah sat there quietly, still calm, still polite. He looked around, making sure everyone had witnessed what just happened. Every whisper, every judging eye, every assumption. A moment later, the manager came rushing out, sweating. "Mr. Carter?" "Sir, I didn't know you'd arrived." "We weren't expecting you tonight." The couple's laughter stopped instantly. The woman blinked, confused. "Wait, Mr. Carter?" she whispered. The manager nodded nervously. "Yes, ma'am. Mr. Elijah Carter, the owner of Le Chateau Noir." You could hear a pin drop. Elijah stood slowly, buttoning his suit jacket. "Oh, I see you've made yourselves comfortable at my table," he said softly. "Don't worry, I don't mind. I like to see how people behave when they think no one's watching." The man's face turned pale. The woman's confidence shattered like glass. "I am so sorry. We didn't know." Elijah raised a hand. "Please, don't apologize. Just remember next time." He leaned closer, his voice calm but cold. "Respect is free. Arrogance, though, it'll cost you everything." The couple jumped up, embarrassed, stammering excuses as they scrambled away. The entire restaurant watched in silence. One woman whispered, "That sounder?" Another man muttered, "Wow, imagine thinking you own the world, then finding out you're sitting at someone else's table." The waiter approached Elijah quietly. "Sir, that was incredible. You could have humiliated them, but you didn't." Elijah smiled faintly. "I didn't need to." They did that to themselves. As the restaurant slowly went back to normal, Elijah looked out the window, remembering how it all began. Years ago, he'd been a dishwasher in that same restaurant, treated like he was invisible, ignored, insulted, told he'd never make it past the kitchen, but he never fought back. He worked, learned, and saved every dollar. Now he owned the place. The people who once looked down on him were the ones looking up. As the music softened, Elijah said quietly to the waiter beside him, "You know, people think money changes who you are. But it doesn't. It just shows who they always were." He smiled, signed the bill, and left a $10,000 tip, not to show off, but to remind the staff that respect goes both ways. When he walked out, every waiter, every chef, every customer stood silently watching the man who had just turned humiliation into grace. Never judge someone by how they look. You never know whose table you're sitting at, or whose story you're walking into, because real power doesn't shout. It doesn't need to prove itself. It just sits quietly and lets the truth reveal itself. So next time someone tries to make you feel small, just smile, because someday they might have to stand when you walk in.